Greetings and thank you for joining us for the 23rd episode of the Young Justice Review on DC Animation with Spenser and Friends. This is an LMG Podcast Production. Today, I'm joined by a dear friend.
Hey, Spencer.
Hello. You okay?
No.
And we're going to talk about why. We're going to talk about why. I appreciate you for joining us on this journey through DC Animation. Today, we will be reviewing Season 2, Episodes 19 and 20, the finale of Season 2. So, we must first talk about... So, real quick, do we
Yes.
know what penultimate, means or why that, I I know that penultimate is always the second to last, but, I don't know why
That's
it's... Like,
literally, I think that's the definition. It's just second to last.
okay.
I think it's just some olden, probably from, I'm gonna sound dumb, like maybe like a Latin or a Greek thing of like, this is the build up until the climax kind of thing. I'm just saying stuff.
Okay. And I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't know why it's called that or who came up and I didn't start hearing it until
TV show.
superhero stuff.
Okay.
Like superhero stuff specifically is when I started hearing the term penultimate. Like I didn't hear it for sitcoms or I don't know. But yeah,
The drama, though, maybe like it feels more exciting to say
it does.
penultimate for a superhero situation than a sitcom.
Yes. And is ultimate last or is I don't know. I'm sure somebody knows.
They'll let us know.
And we could easily look it up. I don't want to do that.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah, I would rather ask a person and have it explained to me than ask Google a lot of times.
Right.
And I figured you might know. I don't.
I'm
S-
just very aware it's second to last,
yeah, and I'm sure that next time we talk about it, somebody will have told one of us.
and we will be ready for next season to talk about penultimate.
I think you're right. And it sounds like spoiler, you're going to be joining me for next season. Good.
I mean, if you'll have me.
That's what I like to hear. So, the penultimate episode, season 2, episode 19, Summit. We open in Santa Prisca, where the Light and the Reach meet face to face. The conversation is a bit tense. There are members of the Light that are missing, and when the Reach asks about it, the Reach is told that the missing members are to clean up Reach mistakes. The Reach asks about the Scarab Temple, and Calder explains that if the Reach had been more communicative, they might have control of Blue and Green Beetle still. The Reach tries to reassert dominance in the conversation, but my nigga Black Manta ain't having it. A fight breaks out, and Calder is able to calm things down. My nigga Vandal Savage mentions that the Justice League's guilty verdict is a guarantee, and Mr. Raz Al Ghul pulls the glamour charm off of Tigress, revealing her to be Artemis. With that revelation, the Light and the Reach realize that Calder has duped them all. Black Beetle is ordered to kill them both, but Slade pops Artemis and Calder because the Light handles its own business. Just before dying, quote unquote, Calder plays a video explaining that the Light has been playing the Reach all along. Both the Light and the Reach are furious, and Warworld comes up. With that confirmation, Calder and Artemis reveal that they're alive, and Slade is actually Miss Martian. The rest of the squad shows up, and the Light drop in some ninjas. Turns out the squad also infiltrated the ninjas, and the fight breaks out. Vandal Savage summons Clarion and makes a strategic retreat. Raish gets stabbed by Black Beetle, and Ubu gets him on up out of there. And Black Beetle declares the ambassador unfit to lead. He takes the scientist, and they escape. Calder is a bit disappointed with the escapes that happened, but the squad lets him know that this was a very successful operation. My nigga Vandal Savage reclaims Warworld and dips out. After finding out about the Reach, the Earth rescinds its invitation, which means the Green Lantern Corps is likely going to show up and will have them evicted if they don't leave. Black Beetle decides to avoid that. He'll simply destroy the Earth. And that's the episode.
Yes.
So, we open in Santa Prisca and we're just in some cave somewhere.
Miscellaneous
And we
under
just, all of the
situation.
villains we've met are just walking out of the darkness.
Hmm.
And there are a couple pleasantries, and then there are not. One of the things that bothered me, Black Beetle said, uh, as the head of security, everybody take their mask off.
Yeah.
And then he didn't.
Yeah.
Because it's like, sir, that's not your face.
No.
Like you're also like we've seen
Covering who
that
you
you
are.
can yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna need you to also let your face out.
Hmm. And he said
And
no.
you're not gonna do that? Oh, oh,
No.
oh, oh, okay, whatever. That's fine.
Sorry, I guess.
So the conversation gets like it's tense early, and
Yes.
I was here for it because villains working together almost
Tensions.
never works. But um, yeah. So the whole entire light is not there.
Right.
I'm sure that you noticed pretty immediately that Lex wasn't there,
Correct.
and Queen Bee also wasn't there,
Correct.
and so like your guy and the woman on the squad. I noticed Clarion wasn't there, but then when he showed up, I was like, ah,
I try to omit him from my mind.
which is for the best.
And then he showed up.
And then he showed up.
Yep.
And because I was thinking he's a Chaos Lord, he don't need to be in this room because we're doing order here.
Right.
So that was why I
Not
thought
his place.
he wasn't invited because
A
he
mess.
comes with mess.
Yeah.
But
But it made
um
sense with the more prominent society members are just like, and I was
yeah.
like, okay. I mean, I guess.
'Cause that's the
Fine.
thing, like Vandal Savage was basically like, who's here is sufficient.
Hmm.
The people that are more client facing,
Yeah.
they're facing clients right now.
Right.
Like the sales team, they're out in the field working
Hmm.
to clean up your mess, as a matter
Hmm.
of fact. And so yeah, basically, yeah, they're out working because you done fucked up, like
Hmm.
public perception and all of that. So you should be happy with who is here.
Right.
And then the Reach is like, so help me understand why y'all didn't do a better job of handling the Scarab Temple. And Calder's like, I'll take that one. And Black Beetle is like, no,
Mm-mm. You
keep your
can talk.
whelp meat silent. And my nigga Black Manta's like, who the fuck is you
Whoa.
talking to?
Yeah. Because I know it's not me or my son.
Yeah, clearly you've got me fucked up.
Yeah.
And my nigga Vandal Savage is like, hey, Calder has sacrificed more than anybody else here.
Yep.
So he's the head of security and he has a right to speak. And the ambassador's like, okay, sure, sure, sure. Go ahead and
Fine.
say what you need to say. And then Calder's like, well, if y'all had told us everything, then perhaps we would have been more sufficiently prepared for what happened. But since y'all decided not to do that,
Mm-hmm.
we weren't prepared, and here we are. And then the
Hmm.
scientist piped up and was like, I told you, mother.
Did I not
I look,
say
I said to you several times,
multiple
yeah,
times?
if you would have let me do what I needed to do, we wouldn't be in this situation right here. And then they both looked at her and she was like, I am so sorry.
She shouldn't have been sorry though, because
She shouldn't have.
they would not be in so many of their situations had they just listened to her in the first place.
Gonna be honest, if they would have listened to her, our
From
team
the
might have
start.
lost.
100%.
Our boys
A
may
strong
not have
plot
gotten
twist.
out of this.
Yeah. No, they every time she goes, well, I said da. I'm like, well, dang, if they had done that
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
every
like
time.
if they listened to her, yeah, they might have won.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't be here arguing and mad. Yeah, the ambassador was oh, that look he gave her.
Ugh.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, apologies." But yeah, Calder was like, "Yeah, if you would have told us what you needed to tell us, you'd still have Green and Blue Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on you."
Mm-hmm.
And the scientist was like, "Yeah, it is. If y'all would have, oh, so sorry." And then the Reach basically says this conversation is no longer productive. Y'all need to remember who's in charge here. We decided that we were going to enslave this Earth, and y'all are our favorite meat. So stay in your place, meat, and my nigga Black Manta. You know he's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said the words, no agreement exists that makes a slave of Black Manta,
Mm-hmm.
I had to pause it. And I knew there was more, but I had to pause it on that one because I was like,
Fire.
sir, that's the shit I need. That's
Mm-hmm.
the shit I need right there. And I'm so glad that that particular line came from my nigga Black Manta
Mm-hmm.
because of the history.
Yes, I don't think it would have hit the same anywhere.
It would, I think Vandal Savage could have done it,
Mm,
but it still wouldn't have hit the same
no. It would have been a still a fire line. Would not have hit in the same way
as
with
my nigga Black Manta saying it.
yeah.
Yep. And so my nigga Black Manta says, no agreement exists that makes a slave of Black Manta. And Black Beetle says, no agreement exists that guarantees the life of Black Manta. And my nigga Black Manta said, Black Manta guarantees that himself. And I was like, oh, no, we got hitters. Who was in the writing room for
Right.
this episode? They're cooking right now.
Mm-hmm.
Curry Payton
Mm.
cooking right now. I loved it so much.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, whenever Manta guarantees that himself, you goddamn right he does. And he
Yep.
pulled out his little Predator shoulder cannon. And I love the little Predator shoulder cannon.
Mm-hmm. It's just
Uh, and unfortunately, I was like, my nigga Black Manta, you're not gonna win that fight. I'm sorry.
no.
But Manta guarantees that himself it's fire.
It was
Like,
good.
oh, so good. So that whole exchange, I was like, oh, that's I need all those quotes. I, whoever wrote those, they like that's penultimate shit.
It's a panel.
Yeah, those are penultimate quotes
Yeah,
right
they
there.
are.
So yeah, I was like, yes, I love all of this. And yeah, so yeah, my nigga Black Manta was like, hey, no, you have me confused with some goddamn body. If you think that you're gonna make a slave out of me,
Mm-hmm.
yep,
Yep.
yep. And so they start fighting. And it is Calder who has to be like, whoa, 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 guys, this is what our enemies want, is for us to be bickering and fighting amongst each other. Like, why are we fighting one another?
You gotta be nice and
And
help.
while the scuffling happens, uh, you know, Tigress is cooking a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
accidentally bumps into Raish, and she's like, "So sorry, great one." And he notices he starts eyeballing her charm. He's like, nah,
That's an interesting little thing she got
that's
going on right
that's
there.
fine, child.
Hmm.
And he does not let it go.
No.
So eventually, everything calms down, and my nigga Vandal Savage basically said because the Justice League comes up, and it's like, well, once the Justice League arrives, they're gonna just be added to the problem team, which Calder sets up on purpose
Right.
because my nigga Vandal Savage says no with the shit I made them do as well as some well-placed bribes, they're going into a dark hole for all eternity. Like
Yeah.
their guilty verdict is locked
In.
in based on the political moves that I have made. We're never going to see the six of them again. And while all the talking is happening, Raish is just looking at Tigress,
So
locked eyes on
creepy.
Tigress.
I was like, how's this girl not feel this man staring her down?
That's my thought. Is like if
Because
somebody's
I
looking at
could
you
feel
that
that.
hard, if somebody's looking at
You
you that
feel it.
hard, you notice.
Yes.
And especially because Tigress had to be like, that's a situation where you need to be very aware of everything happening.
Yes, and she was not.
If somebody's looking at me that hard, I'm gonna notice. And
Yes.
I guess she could use the excuse of she needed to keep her eyes on, Calder,
I
make sure that he
guess.
was good. I mean, yeah, like there's whatever. But yeah, there's no way that Raish could be looking at me that hard and I wouldn't feel it.
No.
So he just walks up to her and rips it off. And they're all like, Artemis.
Yep.
And they're like, I thought Artemis was dead. We all thought Artemis was dead.
Calder.
And yet here she lives. And so the ambassador's like, so if Calder killed Artemis and then hired her to be his new head of security,
Hmm.
then that would mean. And Black Beetle's like, Calder duped you all.
Swindled.
And then the ambassador's like, well, god damn it. All right, fine. Kill them both. And then Slade, bow, bow.
Boom,
No.
boom.
The light handles its own business.
Hmm.
And my nigga Black Manta's not okay. Because his
Didn't like
son just got shot.
yeah, yeah.
And then Calder's like, we've already won. Die. Blood, blood,
Yeah.
blood everywhere. And death.
Blood and death.
Yeah. And so he, hits a button and a little video pops up, little projection. And Calder is like, hello, everyone. I have some news for you.
This thing's
So, so Reach, you know how y'all thought you were in control of all this? You know how you thought you were like actually handling this and manipulating everyone? And no, no. You see, the light has been manipulating you all along.
hmm
It is the light that brought attention to Earth. It is the light that led you to this, what you thought was a peaceful transition of power. The light neutralized the drink that you created. The light has sabotaged a bunch. The light has been one of your biggest adversaries this whole time. And so, do you remember when I asked you what you thought the relationship was with the light and the reach?
A bit.
And how unclear that relationship was because
Yes.
it was like, are they on the same team
Are
or
they?
are
Aren't
they
they?
not?
Yeah.
Like, what is even so? Yes, the answer is just yes.
Yes.
Are they on the
Yeah.
same team? Yes. Is the light trying to sabotage the reach? Yes.
Yes.
It like all of it is true.
All of the above.
Yeah. And so that's why I asked you what you thought the relationship was, because I wanted to know like what you were seeing, what you were thinking, what was going on in your
Mm.
head. But then whenever we got here, I wondered if you're gonna be like, that explains all the confusion. That explains why I had no idea what was actually because when Lex is involved, you really don't know.
No, you don't. He's
But the
got
fact
something
that
in
but the fact
him.
that they were using Lex's company to make the Reach drink, and then Lex was the one who said to the teenagers, "Hey, I need y'all to run a mission for me." But it
Hmm.
also worked out in Lex's favor because Lex is always doing stuff.
Yes.
Whether it helps other people doesn't
It just
matter as
needs to
long as
help
it helps Lex.
Lex.
Yeah. And so I Lex is a hard person to gauge whether or not there's cooperation and like who like but Lex is who we saw doing stuff,
Yes.
which is on purpose. Again, Lex is client facing. So yeah. Anyway, Calder's like, so yeah, y'all deserve each other because you both fucked up.
Mess, both of you.
And my nigga Vandal Savage says, I no human has fucked up my plan. No living being has fucked up my plans as much as Calder did just now. I would be impressed if I wasn't furious. And I was like,
So you're impressed a little bit
as I think you're impressed.
because you wouldn't have said that otherwise.
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
think you
because
like
but
it.
my nigga Vandal Savage was like, y'all okay,
All
y'all
right,
got
buddy.
me. I don't like it, but
But you
okay.
did it
Yeah, y'all. Oh, okay.
successfully.
See what you, I see. Uh-huh. Because and then they both start bringing up Warworld because
Hmm.
as far as the Reach is concerned, they have control of Warworld.
Hmm.
And then my nigga Vandal Savage is like, oh, contraire. It is I who has the Warworld key.
Hmm.
And then that's when Calder's like, that's what I needed. That's that right there. That's
Thank you
what I
for that
needed to know.
information.
And then Artemis, of course, talking that shit like, oh, you're not gonna help up a lady? I thought you were old school. I thought you were chivalrous, Mr. Raz Al Ghul.
Mm.
And then it turns out Miss Martian was Slade
This whole
this
time.
whole time. And I was like, she did a great job as Slade.
Dude, great.
Because the fight scene that was happening, like that's when I was like, Slade was cooking
Yes.
for a brief moment. So I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I guess Artemis been in the kitchen learning how to, hand to hand because she doesn't have to do that.
Right.
So yeah, and to play off that you're as skilled as Slade.
Evolve, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, if, if again the first time. So hold on, we're not there yet. So the rest of the squad shows up,
Yes.
and my nigga Vandal Savage is like, well, it's a good thing I came prepared. And then all the doors close and ninjas drop out of the sky. And
Natural.
so more fighting happens. But unfortunately for the light, some of the ninjas are squad.
Yep.
And so whenever some ninjas start punching other ninjas and then removing their mask, it's like, oh, okay. And let me tell you, when I saw Nightwing and when I saw Wally,
Hmm.
I was like, I'm glad we're gonna get to see some of this. And because you said it whenever you saw Nightwing's shoulder check impulse, you were
Yeah.
like, I want to see him cook.
Yeah. So when he showed up, I was like,
Good.
oh, I got excited.
I did too. Because I love it when he gets the batons out.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how long we're gonna get to see Nightwing work, but
I
they
just want to see.
better
I'll take whatever minute you give me. I'll take
They
whatever
better put
second
him
you
on the
give me.
screen. They better put him on the screen and he better work. I need to see a couple flips and I need to see some baton work.
Hmm.
And yes,
And I
that's what we
got
got. He was cooking.
it. Hmm.
And I'm so glad we got to see him cook because
Oh,
that's what I needed.
it's good.
And so Vandal Savage is like, you know what? Okay, y'all got me. That okay, okay. I don't need this anymore.
Mm-mm.
So he just, looks at his ring. Clarion pops out of it. I was like, oh, there he is. And then he just, disappears into the darkness. And I'm like, oh, Vandal, you're not taking nobody with you? You just you
Just
two?
going.
All right. That was a very villain thing to do.
It was. I was like, why didn't you tell me what's happening? No
Yeah,
one knows what's happening.
because they're like, you could have taken the rest of the light. Nope. He was like, we're leaving, but
Yep.
just us. And so then my nigga Vandal or Raish is like, I think he's got the right idea because everybody's like, "You bitch, what are you leaving for?" Nope,
Yep.
that's what we need to do. This is a waste of time. There's nothing here for us. We need to go. And Black Beetle stabs Raish, and Ubu, who of course is uh, Raish's current, like the his number two right now for like this
Hmm.
situation. Um, and Ubu's always associated with the League and all that. But he's like, "Oh no, Master!" And everybody gets moved the fuck out the way
Mm-hmm.
because he's like, I will keep you alive."
Mm-hmm.
And so he, does the, you know, zip line up out of there.
Boom, boom.
And while the fighting is happening, Black Beetle is like ambassador, according to, these statutes. Uh, I declare you unfit for leadership, and basically strips him of his title just right
Mm-hmm.
there. And then he says to the scientist, you could still be useful. And they get on up out of there. And I was like, I'm glad he recognized her talent.
He knows she's smart and she knows what she's doing.
He knows she's been right this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just mad he's not been listening.
yeah, but yeah, I respected the fact that Black Beetle was like, no, she coming with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's getting out of here with us. And they escape, and then everybody who needs to be knocked out is knocked out. Everybody who needed to leave left. And Calder is like, well, shit. Oh, we also see that Calder and his dad have a brief altercation. And uh my nigga Black Manta basically says like, you need to be ruthless and I will beat that lesson into you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Calder's like, okay.
Let's go.
Their scuffle is brief. And then he's like, was that ruthless enough for you? And yeah, I'm sure that my nigga Black Manta was very disappointed. It was
Mm-hmm.
very much a like, how could you?
It almost made me sad for him.
A little bit.
Like, I don't the my wanting to not be sad for him cut it off so that I wasn't. But I was just
Yeah.
like,
I was
that
sad.
sucks for Black Manta.
Yeah, I was sad because, yeah, like he started building this really great relationship with his
Correct.
son, and then that got shattered. And
Correct.
that's what Calder said to him. It's like, I have seen the compassionate side of you. Like, I've seen that you can be a good dude.
Yeah.
But as long as you are on the side of evil, I will stand against you. And he was like, okay, put your dukes up.
Let's go.
And I was like, yeah, Calder grown ass man now. So it's I know how this is gonna go. Yeah, Calder was like, well shit. Black Beetle got away, and my nigga Vandal Savage got away, and Raish got God damn it. Lex and Queen Bee weren't even here. The light is still fully intact. And everybody else is like, dude, this was one of the most we do you know how much disruption we just got? Like this
Yeah.
operation was very successful. Like this was 100% a win. Even if
Yes.
some people escaped, this was a win. This was an unquestionable win. So let's be happy with the win that this was. And so my nigga Vandal Savage goes straight to Warworld and just boom tubes everybody out. Like he's like, I'm not fighting. I don't have the time. So we're not doing any of that mess. I'm not getting my hands dirty.
No.
All y'all get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
And he was nice enough to evict them to the watchtower instead of the middle of like he could have killed the league members.
Easily.
Yeah, he could have sent them anywhere, and he just put them on the watchtower, which was very generous.
Yeah.
So honestly, I saw that and I was like, he took his L like a champion.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't
He was
so
like,
much of a sore loser.
yeah, he was like, you know what? Yeah, y'all got me,
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay.
I appreciate a villain that appreciates the craft.
Yeah, because if he has boom tube access, he could have ruined a lot of people's day.
Yep.
And he was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna take my L and go home.
Yep.
I'm gonna start, making plans for what's next. And so now we see that the Reach is no longer going to be welcome on Earth.
No.
And With that, the Reach is like, well, shit. Now, according to the Green Lantern Treaty, they're gonna send, because, we had a deal with the Guardians, and now that we're not invited here anymore, the Green Lanterns are gonna come, and it's gonna be a problem. And so the scientist is like, well, yeah, what are we gonna do? And Black Beetle was like, I'm not gonna worry about it, because there will be nothing here by the
To
time they arrive.
yeah,
I will simply destroy the Earth.
as one does.
As one does. Because I'm sure he was like, Earth has been such a problem.
Mm-hmm.
They've gotten on my nerves. The meat is spoiled, and so it needs to be thrown out.
Toss it.
Yeah. So, penultimate, what do we think?
It was just action the whole time, which was fun. Because obviously a show has its slow episodes, and then this one I was just this is tense the entire time.
The entire time.
A lot of will they, won't they with multiple different characters in multiple different situations. You're just like,
Hmm.
ooh. I liked a lot of um Cal and like duping multiple times on people, and I feel like in this episode, which was kind of like obviously his big reveal. It's
Yeah,
that
like he
well,
duped
what
them and then
it's
duped
the
them
and then he
again.
does like the whole donkey. I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm alive. I'm dead.
Yeah, yeah, he duped them and then duped them again.
Yep.
I think that across the show, this is my favorite episode. Like, top to bottom, like number one. I loved this episode more than I love any other episode. Like, this episode is just
Wow.
so good.
Wow.
And I know that I've had other episodes that I've liked,
Yeah.
but again, like my favorite episode, I think is
This one.
this one. Um, this is probably the episode I have seen the most times,
Okay.
just because it's so good.
Hmm.
But yeah, and I'm always waiting for you to get to stuff. But with this episode, I was like, I want Cassidy to get here because it all comes together.
Oh, yeah. It
And
was
we get the hard confirmation that Calder is that guy.
always been.
Yeah.
Love him. Goodness. And that's what I really love the whole interaction with him and Nightwing at the end of the episode of just the discussion of Nightwing being like, you can have it. That.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, yes, do that. He is our leader.
Yeah. The one
Uh,
true.
truly. No, it was very tense the entire episode, which was I have a love-hate when episodes of any show make me feel tense the entire time. Hate that I'm feeling tense. Love that they have the capability to hold that tension for that long.
Yeah.
So just really impressed with that. Um,
And
and
I know I've
when,
said this, but like when a show can make you feel feelings,
oh yeah, it
yeah.
makes, yeah, for sure. So, and finally, in my mind, not that I need justice for the Reach, but justice for the Reach lady of like,
For
finally
the for the
someone's listening to
scientist,
this woman because they should have been listening to this woman if they really wanted to not be in this situation in the first place.
she been right.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was very much a if y'all would have listened to me, then dot dot dot.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just
Yeah.
how it goes.
Okay.
And that takes us to episode 20. Endgame. The first Endgame, my true Endgame. We open on Rimbor at the Justice League trial. The squad arrives with evidence to clear the League, but the guilty verdict has already been dropped. Calder pulls up on Black Beetle with Green and Blue Beetle, and a fight breaks out. Black Beetle destroys Green's Scarab, and Green survives because Martians are too much. Over on Rimbor, Icon presents the evidence, but the court maintains the guilty verdict because the League has no bribe to offer. Miss Martian and Superboy just start talking and end up offering positive publicity and exposure as payment. Black Beetle attempts to destroy Blue Beetle Scarab, but Jaime and the Scarab use the power of friendship to destroy Black Beetle Scarab. Upon doing so, they learn that Black Beetle has already started his plan to destroy the Earth. A bunch of machines start popping up in different places, causing catastrophic weather, which will eventually destroy the Earth. The League is trying to figure out what to do, and Lex calls and says, "Of course, I was prepared for this, so I've built a solution." Rimbor drops the charges and the League is free. My nigga Vandal Savage makes an announcement that Earth is off limits, and anybody who wants to test that can get fucked by Warworld. Over on Earth, Lex prepares the contingency and everybody separates to handle the MFDs. They handle 20, but they handle the 20 that Blue Beetle found, but there's a 21st over in the Arctic that has already gone chrysalis. The Flashes are instructed to run counter to the chrysalis to negate it. Since Kid Flash is the slowest Flash, he ends up absorbing all of the kinetic energy. They are able to get it handled, but Wally doesn't make it. The League arrives back on Earth, and the Reach is evicted, and of course G. Gordon is still talking his shit. Nightwing decides to take a much needed break. Bart takes on the mantle of Kid Flash, Static joins the squad, and the squad is given Watchtower privileges. Calder hands out assignments, and my nigga Vandal Savage makes a trip to Apocalypse to shake hands with Darkseid. And that's the episode.
Oof,
So, a lot happens in this episode.
it does.
So, let's talk about it. We
Okay.
open on Rimbor, and the Justice League is, standing trial, and he's like, "Do you have more?" And Icon is like, "Nope. I have provided sufficient evidence that my clients are innocent."
Hmm.
And Rimbor's like, "Cool. Guilty on all counts.
Another
Send
redemption.
them,
No.
send them to the gulag." And they just descend into the floor.
Hmm.
And then the squad shows up and is like, "Hey, we have all of this evidence. We taped everything. We are gonna free our people." And Icon is like, "Oh, you're a little late. We got a guilty verdict. They are
Going.
going to the gulag. Wish I would have got here earlier." So, yeah. And then Calder pulls up on Black Beetle because Black Beetle and the scientists are like, we're just going to destroy the Earth." So Calder pulls up, of course, with the Beatles, and he basically is like, "I'm too much for y'all." And another great line, Calder says, "You are alone," and this man said, "I am sufficient."
What a killer line. I had to like be, you know what? Hats off to you, Black Beetle. Like you told me that line, I'd be like, you're right. I'm leaving.
That's the thing.
I'll see
Like,
you next time.
because we have seen that Black Beetle is a problem, but
Yeah.
he said, "I am too fucking much. I am sufficient."
Yep.
Ooh, I felt it. And I was like,
Mhm.
"Yeah." With a
Killer
line like,
line.
"I think you're right." I'm like, "Well, I gotta go. I have to
On
leave."
that
Like,
note,
yeah, like I think you're right.
right.
Like you're too much. Yeah, he says, "I am sufficient." And then whenever Green Beetle
Hmm.
is like, "We're gonna reset your scarab, sir, because I want you to be free, my brother." And Black Beetle's like, "No, no. It is I who will be destroying your scarab.
Yep.
Good buddy." And he destroys the scarab, and the way that like the suit and the scarab disintegrates, I was like, "Oh, that
That hurt.
and it
Ooh.
looked like it hurt." And
Didn't like
Black
it.
Beetle says, like, "I fucking hate Martians.
Yeah.
Most other beings would have died
But
from that.
you freaking little.
But since you're a Martian, you lived. I'll fix that up right now." And, of course, that doesn't happen, luckily.
No.
And so then we're taken back to Rimbor. And the council reconvenes, the tribunal reconvenes, and he's like, I have proven the innocence of my clients. And they're like, so you don't have more? Like, this is not we don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
Where's the more that you have to offer? This is not what we're used to. So, more. And then we see Miss Martian and Superboy just like, we do have more. Yes, we do. And they literally just start bullshitting.
Yep.
They just start talking, and eventually they find some that's like, if
Something
you
like
if you
that.
let this verdict go the way that it's supposed to, then that will bring more trials to you, and then those trials will bribe you appropriately.
Yep.
So we offer exposure and publicity because all publicity is good
It's
publicity.
good publicity.
Yeah. So with a trial like this, if everybody sees that y'all are just, then y'all can continue being corrupt more. And so yeah, they kind of just talk themselves into that. It's like, huh. Then we go back to the Earth, and Black Beetle gets his hands on Blue Beetle, and he's like, you did this. So I'm gonna go ahead and destroy your scarab because I'm
Yep.
tired of you. And then Blue Beetle is Jaime and the scarab, and they're like, hey, we're friends now.
I love each other and we're gonna work together.
Yeah, we're no longer fighting for control. We've decided to be friends. So through the power of friendship,
Yep.
we are stronger than you.
Yep.
And they end up destroying Black Beetle's scarab. And Blue Beetle's like, oh shit. Whenever we did our like whenever I plugged into his scarab,
Saw some
he's
stuff I didn't want to see.
yeah, like he's got plans to destroy the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not it's already started. And then we see these little machines pop up, and then weather starts just going crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, that's not good at all. And so the league and the squad are like, what can we do about this? Because they're magnetic field disruptors. They're gonna just disrupt the Earth's magnetic field, which is causing all this weather, and it's eventually going to destroy the Earth. And Lex calls in, and they're like, gasp, it's you. And he's like, shut up. I borrowed this
Whatever.
line because I have our solution.
Hmm.
And they're all like, can we trust Lex? Is Lex a guy that we need to be depending on for this? What were your
Yes,
thoughts? Because you're a Lex girly.
I am. And we kind of discussed this in this last episode. In situations like this, my bias is going to show heavily in my following comments, but in situations like this, I'm going to trust Lex because the planet's at stake. Lex has most power on Earth. Lex needs Earth.
Yeah, that
And Lex
is
is smart enough to know his power is on Earth.
that is where I stand. It's like if we're talking about the Earth being destroyed, I
If
will
Lex has a
hand the
way to
keys
fix
to
it,
Lex.
I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, like Lex will save the planet. That is
Yeah.
one thing Lex will do.
So that was my thought. I was like, yeah, trust him right now.
Yeah, like this, it's the because we all know that if Lex is involved, then he gets something out of it.
Yes,
What he gets out of it is the same thing we get out of it.
correct.
So yeah, like we this is a situation like actually where everybody benefits. We all
Correct.
win. So honestly, Lex can have whatever he needs if
Hmm.
it saves the Earth.
Correct.
So I'm gonna yeah, we're gonna trust that man. But yeah, they kept being like, oh my God, it's Lex. Are
Oh
we
yeah,
sure we
the
can?
moment he popped up, I was like, oh, thank goodness.
I kind of thought the same thing. When I saw Lex, I was like, oh yeah, we'll be all right.
Exactly.
Because
He needs to
Lex
live too.
Lex got answers.
Yeah.
Back on Rimbor, we see that the tribunal is like, you know what? We're gonna drop the charges,
Hmm.
process them, and let them go. And then they're just, taking a stroll. They're like, oh, it feels so good to be free. And then my nigga Vandal Savage gets on the mic and is like, hey, real quick, I need this to be I need this to be clear across the cosmos. Earth is closed to visitors. And because Earth is closed, anybody who wants to defy that order will have to deal with me. And the League is like, I mean, what can Vandal Savage do if anybody wants
Right?
to? And yeah, this is fucking War World. That's what he's gonna do. So, yeah, it was like, oh, that's not good. But also, it is good.
Yes.
Like, we don't have to worry about anybody else popping up from
Not
anywhere.
because they're not gonna be able to. However,
Yeah, but I don't like who's in
it's
charge of
being a
security.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, head of security is a little crazy person. So yeah, that's not great. But back on Earth, they start prepping all the contingencies that Lex made, and he says all you have to do is touch this to the MFD, and everything will be fine. But they're all being guarded by little robots that are as strong as beetles. And I was like, no, they're not. Because if those things are all black beetles, we're dead.
Done.
Good thing they weren't.
No.
So yeah, they were just little drones that, could kind of get easily dealt with. And then everybody splits up and starts handling their drone. One of the conversations that bothered me, and I think it's because I hate him, was when Calder and Lagan were in the water, and Calder was like, "Hey, I got a job for you," and he was like, "Oh, you trust me now? Shut the fuck up, Lagan.
It's not always about you like
Shut
this.
the fuck up."
Well, and
And
then it just got
Calder,
worse. Go ahead.
because Calder's a good man, Calder's a great person, and Calder said, "I have
Mm.
always trusted you. Why do you think I had you take my place on the squad?"
And I had to take a breath
I know you did,
because
because
in
no
what
one will ever.
world? There was just a gaping hole in the squad. There was no replacement that occurred.
Correct. There was just a gap.
I said, Calder, you're being too kind in all
Yep.
actuality.
Far
Ugh.
too generous. And I mean, and because Calder's a good person, he actually feels that way.
I know. I believe him.
Uh-huh.
And that's like I can't fully fault him, but I'm not happy with him about it.
I decided that Calder was like, Lagan, we got shit to do, and so I need you to be mentally here with me right
Yeah.
now. So I'm gonna say what needs to be said to get you in the game.
Mm.
But I was just like, I really wish you would shut the fuck up
Like
because
just
this
why
that's
wouldn't you
not
just go anyway just to not let the world die? Like
be like, that's not what this is, Lagan.
uh,
So shut up. But and I that could be my bias talking.
we've become heavily biased.
Yeah. And it's probably because it was my favorite and my least favorite.
Yeah.
Like, I hate you and I love you. And how dare you speak to Calder that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sarcasm, shut your fucking
You're
mouth.
alive because of him too. Like they caught you and he could have just let them.
Let's be clear about that. The reason you're here twice, the reason you're
Mhm.
here on the squad, and the reason you breathe is because of Calder.
Hmm.
Calder, you weren't supposed to be there, but Calder made special arrangements to ensure that you were kept alive and that you were safely rescued. Shut your fucking mouth
No.
and get it done. So, yeah, I had to bring that one up because that was getting on my nerves.
So much.
Uh, I like that we saw Wally and Artemis in Paris.
Wee wee Betty, a little romantic little moment with the two.
Yeah, they were like, we should come back.
It was cute.
Yeah, this is a nice little. Yeah, I was like, that's adorable.
It was.
I hope they make it to Paris one day. And so yeah, the 20 of those get handled, and it's like, oh no, there's a 21st one
hmm
over in the Arctic the Blue Beetle didn't see. Oh dear. And so it's like, well, we don't have a we don't have a zeta beam in the Arctic, so and the flashes are already on the way because that's who you send.
Right.
And so Flash is already on his way, and then Bart shows up and he's like, they said teams of two. And then they're like, oh shit, it's already going Chrysalis. And Lex is like, well, there's a way we can take care of this.
hmm
So y'all need to run the opposite direction of the Chrysalis to negate the Chrysalis. And so Wally gets there. He teleported somewhere,
Yeah.
and then because they said like we don't have one in the Arctic, but he teleported, I guess, closer and then got there. And then he was like, you know what's better than two flashes? Three flashes. So they start running, and the Scarab says to Jaime, like, hey, I got bad
This is
news.
this isn't gonna end the way you want it to.
Yeah, that one, he's too slow. And so because he's too slow, he is absorbing all of the kinetic energy, and so in 16 seconds he will cease to exist.
Yeah.
And that's not something that Jaime needs to say out loud, but that's where we are. And so while they're running, Barry is like, "Hey, Bart, slow down. We need to take on some of this kinetic energy that is hitting Wally."
Yeah.
And Wally's just getting blasted with it. And Wally, of course, opens with a joke.
Yeah.
He's like, Artemis is gonna kill me.
Yeah. He did that and I was like, my God. She
And
is.
and he was like, and what are my parents gonna say? Oh no.
Yeah.
And Barry's like, no. And he tries to like touch him, and then he like phases. And Wally's like, real talk? Tell him I love him. And then he disappears. He
Yeah.
disintegrates. He, again, no longer exists.
Ceases.
And they're able to get it done. The chrysalis is negated, and the boys are tired.
Yeah.
And I knew this was going to happen. But whenever they were finished and they were like, yay, we won, it was not because whenever he disappeared, I was good. Whenever Artemis said,
Where's
where's Wally? That's when I was like, ah, oh
no.
God, ah, my chest.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So that I need to know what was happening for Cassidy.
It was kind of similar, I guess, to what you said. There's a moment of shock and he just was gone. I was like, he just faded away. He just, like you said, disintegrated. I was like, what?
Yeah,
Um,
and
definitely.
because the thing is, whenever there's not a body,
Yeah,
it's hard to know, especially in superhero things, if somebody's actually dead.
correct. And it's hard to, for sure to accept it too immediately because you're just like, well, it is. And also this show, people have just been poofed a couple of times and they're fine.
Yeah, and one of the things that I thought was I think that is probably going to be the best way to kill somebody in a show marketed for kids.
Yeah.
Because all the people who like bled and died weren't dead.
Right.
But for him to act like, and again, he's not dead, he's gone.
On.
And so a part of me wondered, like, was that like because this is a kid's show?
Yeah.
A part of me wondered, like, oh, is he somewhere else where he can be reached? Because that's kind of what disappearing implies in superhero things. Like they're not
Right.
gone, they're just elsewhere. But he gone.
Yeah.
And I didn't I again, I knew it was gonna happen. I was already prepared for it. But whenever she said, "Where's Wally?" it got me.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have, because I knew.
It doesn't matter on these things though. Like you can watch something so many times, and if it's such a significant, I don't know, such a significant.
He's one of the big three.
He's one, well, and that which gets discussed obviously, and he's the reason the show is kind of thing and part of it, and so it's hard for it watching multiple times. I'm sure for it to ever get. It's not something that's supposed to get easy.
He wanted to retire.
He did.
And this was the last, and that's the thing. They set up earlier whenever they said just one more for Artemis. Artemis said this is going to be the last one.
Hmm.
And then going back into retirement for real this time. For Wally, just this was supposed to be because he says to Bart, "We got to have a speedster in the squad. I'm going back into retirement."
Right.
So yeah, like this is what we're doing. As
Yeah.
soon as I promise, as soon as I clock out of this mission, it's yours.
Yeah.
And so they led us to believe with Artemis like something was gonna happen because of the whole glamour charm thing. And then whenever Slade killed her, I was like, oh,
Ah.
because whenever whenever I watched this episode the first time,
Hmm.
I was I was definitely because since Slade did it, I was like, oh shit, they are dead.
Dead.
Like I I was thinking at least Calder was in armor, but Artemis is dead
Yeah.
this time. And then when she wasn't, I was like, oh, okay, good. Okay, all right. But I thought based on what episode, like, and especially since Calder had the, like, as he died video, I was like, oh, they're dead.
They're done.
Mostly because Slade would have killed them.
Yes. No problem. Easy.
And so I think that whenever I watched this for the first time and this ended, I was like, we're going to see Wally again eventually at some point because that's how superhero shit works.
Hmm.
Is that Wally will like we may never see Giovanni again, but we gonna see Wally again because he didn't die. He just disappeared.
You just moved away for a
So
minute.
he's like in the Speed Force or something. He's still
Yeah.
reachable by someone. Some like I did that whole thing. I was like, yeah, there's no way he's actually dead.
Right.
Um, but he's
So you're
dead.
saying there's a chance.
I'm saying that the first time I watched this, I decided he wasn't dead.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see what happens later. But I decided, and that was based on my history with superhero things. That was based on the fact that in superhero shows and movies, like nobody's ever actually dead. And we saw that in this show. Like
Right.
Artemis has died a couple times,
So many
still
times.
here.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I was like, nobody really dies. So we're fine. He's fine as a tear falls. So,
I think the Scarab saying what the Scarab had to say too, though, had some extra solidification.
oh no, yeah, they locked it in.
I was like, oh, so the Scarab who is unattached to him.
Yeah, Scarab is neutral.
Yeah.
And the Scarab said in 16 seconds he will cease to exist. It's like, I don't like that.
Ah,
I don't like that one bit. And then, yeah, whenever Flash said, hey, we gotta slow down to take the brunt off of Kid.
yeah.
And they kept making sure that we knew that Kid was slower.
Yes.
Which is funny because in the comic book, I think Wally is the fastest Flash.
Really?
Yeah, like in the comic book, Wally's like it's crazy how fast Wally gets. So yeah,
Okay.
Wally is the fastest Flash in the comic books.
Huh.
And here he was, and that might have been, again, a part of the trap. Who knows? But yeah, I felt that, and I didn't expect to because I have seen it and knew it was going to happen and all that, and it's still like Artemis is why it got me.
Right.
Because when he died, I was like, we're fine.
It's all right.
And yeah, when she said, "Where's Wally?" I was like,
Maybe it's not all
ah,
right.
it's not good. I don't like it. And so eventually, the League shows back up on Earth, and oh god, it was so funny. G. Gordon, obviously, talking his shit,
Obviously.
and he was like, "I'm so glad that Secretary Sang has stepped down."
Hmm.
And who will fill his shoes?
I don't know who, G. Gordon.
Who could it possibly be?
Let me tell you, I got so excited in this moment. What a flip of my moods.
Honestly, yeah. And did you know it was going to be Lex before he said it? Or,
Yeah,
of
because,
course,
well, okay, when
because
I
who
say I
else?
knew, I assumed
Yeah, like who
because
else?
there's nothing I love more than a Lex to president mode kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, he's on his path. He is starting his journey.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, honestly, the presidency feels like a side mission for Lex.
Oh, no, it's not his big thing. It's just funsies.
Yeah, like, it just would make some things convenient.
And so, yeah, when when he's just talking, I was like, Alexander's about to pop up there. I just know it.
Yeah.
I got so excited. It's one of
And
my favorite like side quests.
and the Superman's face? Oh, Superman was so pissed.
Oh, I don't
Like,
want Clark to be upset, but I was like, yeah,
that's a
yeah,
situation where if he was going to drop an F-bomb, it would have been
that would
right
have been
then.
it. The one time in
Because,
his
yeah,
life.
we said, "Are you fucking kidding
Yeah.
me?" Like, oh, he was so pissed. And then we see Nightwing, and Nightwing's like, "I am officially handing this team back to you."
Yep.
And Calder was like, "What are you talking about? This is your team. Like, you've done excellent work here." And Nightwing is like, "I can't.
I-
I have to take a sabbatical
Mhm.
because this started with the big three. And after what happened to Wally, I need time.
Mhm.
I fucking can't. If you need anything, Batgirl's got you covered. But I can't. That's what this is. I cannot." And he's like, "I understand." And then we see, they have the little holograms of the people who have passed on, and we see a young Impulse rocking the yellow.
I'll tell you what, this was the moment that solidified the death for me. It was Impulse in the costume.
Okay,
Because or at least it was a more emotional moment for me of just like, obviously, I vibe with Impulse. So I was like,
of course.
he's growing. And it's just like, and then like Wally's right there, but he's not. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it hurt.
Yeah, when you saw him in the yellow, you were like, "Oh, that's an official passing of the mantle."
Yeah,
Ah.
it hurt.
Yeah, and Bart was like, I mean, this is where we are."
Yeah.
And then Virgil is there. And because we see Virgil and Black Lightning have a little moment.
Hmm.
See Black Lightning say, "If you ever need a mentor, I got you covered." Black Lightning, I'm pretty sure, was also voiced by Corey Payton. And he joins the squad, and he was one to join the squad earlier. Like
Hmm.
whenever Nightwing offered spots, Virgil was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're yeah, absolutely."
Sign me up.
And he's like, "And P.S. My name is Static. Are you familiar with the Static Shock show? Like, not that you've watched it, but are you familiar that there is one?"
No.
Okay. There's back in the late 90s, early 2000s, whenever we had Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited, Static Shock was one of the shows that existed in that universe as well.
Okay.
And Static Shock was a great time.
Cool.
I highly recommend it. We're gonna see if it shows up on this very podcast.
Okay.
So, that's who that was. And so, yeah, that's great. And the Justice League is like, and Squad, we understand that y'all don't have an HQ anymore. That is not why we're giving you access to the Watchtower.
It
That helps, but
helps. However.
that's not why. The reason why is because you deserve it.
Hmm.
And then Calder starts handing out assignments. Calder's like, we got shit to do. So, Alpha, here's your job. Gamma, here's your job. Beta, here's your job. And Nightwing's like, business as usual.
Hmm.
I love it. Then we get an update on what my nigga Vandal Savage has been doing.
Pause.
Okay.
Rewind. Tigress.
Ah, yes. I'm sorry. We forgot about that. So, two things. One, I'm glad that Tim and Wonder Girl were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this.
Life's short. Let's get this
Yeah.
going.
Whenever they lost Wally, they were like, you know what? Yeah, we ain't
Yeah.
got time to be. Let's go
Messing
ahead
it
and get
up.
this
Yeah.
going.
Life is short.
Yeah. And I love when a Robin wins.
Yes.
And so that happens. But also, whenever we see that Impulse has taken on the Kid Flash moniker, he has a discussion with Artemis to say, "Hey, you're not, you're rocking the Tigress fit.
Hmm.
What's going on with that?" And she was basically like, Artemis was Wally's partner, so I need to change. I can't be that anymore.
Hmm.
That has to die with him. So we gonna see how Tigress goes. He's like, so you're gonna try the Tigress thing? You're gonna the Tigress gonna be blonde, and that's what it
Yeah.
is. So now that she's had a reset, where do you live?
I'm concerned what comes next for her because obviously, as we just discussed, they had this whole thing about this is the last thing, this is the last go about, da da da. But she's clearly not going back to school.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She wanted to retire and build a life with Wally,
Yes.
and because that's not on the table anymore.
I don't blame her for going into a different life path. However, I am concerned because of who she is as a person, what her thing's gonna bring to her, because it looks like she's gonna go all in on this in an unhealthy manner.
Quite possible. Did you watch the, MCU movies, Infinity War, Endgame, all that?
A while ago.
Okay. Do you remember Hawkeye's journey
Yes, like with his
when he was Ronin? Like how,
shoot.
okay, so,
I've seen them all once.
okay, basically, Hawkeye he's not a villain, but he's a killer.
Okay.
Like whenever he's not Hawkeye, he's wearing all black and he's doing vigilante justice.
Okay.
And there's a scene where they like go get him. But yeah, he's got a sword and he is ending people. And I
That's what I foresee.
Yeah, like I feel like Artemis might be in a I ain't got I'm not fighting for anybody anymore. Like I don't have an anchor to hold me down in a good place. So
Correct.
it is what it is.
Correct.
And she comes from villains.
Yep.
And so she may have a predisposition. Like
She's got
we
the
could
killer in her for sure.
she's got a killer in her. And yeah, now that Wally isn't there to like offer the peace and the tranquility that comes with a quiet life. She don't want that quiet life because she only wanted the quiet life with Wally.
Right.
Because whenever she got back in the game, she was like, "Oh, I missed this."
Yep.
And now this is what she has.
Yes. But I also like it, so it adds up to it's just going to be a very girl's going to need to talk to she's going to have to talk to
She and Zatanna need to have
Canary
another girls'
and
night.
have a well, it's a girls' night. She needs therapy. She needs, but because it's gonna become what I envision is she's gonna go on to it. She's gonna get into that just like this is all I have kind of thing. Um, but also I worry. I just I worry because there's also going to be overwhelming, I assume, guilt that lives with her because it is because she missed it that things happened the way they did. And that's not a blame comment. That's just that's the sequence of events that ended up occurring.
I was like, she might blame herself
And again, she doesn't need to necessarily
at all.
because, yeah, she got back into it. But even if they weren't together and Nightwing had asked Wally to come back for something, he would have.
No, and Wally would have come back for this regardless.
Yeah.
Like this,
So,
like they saved the Earth.
correct.
So
So,
Wally would
there's
have
no,
absolutely been involved here.
this is not on Artemis necessarily, but I can easily see her putting all of that weight on her, and it's just going to cause a theoretical swift deterioration in my mind. I don't know, but I am assuming.
Yeah. And because, yeah, whenever she went to Wally's parents' house,
That
that
was,
was tough.
yep.
Yeah. I was like, mm.
That was a hard thing to watch.
Yeah. There were no words. Just because I wondered if they knew already or if she was the one delivering the news.
I was hoping Barry said something first, and
That's what I'm thinking happened. Like because
like
she
surely,
yeah, like she started crying and they just said bring it in. So I hope that she wasn't the one that had to tell him. Because whenever it was Wally's parents, I assumed it would be Barry at the door.
yeah.
But yeah. Uh that was tough. Thank you for bringing that back. We
Hmm.
were I because yeah, we had to talk about Tigress now
Hmm.
and her potential future
Hmm.
or, you know, current situation, all that. So the moment you saw Artemis, you were not a fan.
Mm.
How do you feel about her as Tigress?
I think those are two different things, not necessarily mutually exclusive. However, Artemis as a person has grown a lot. I didn't like the person that Artemis was when Artemis was introduced to me.
When she was 16 years old?
She was very 16.
Yeah.
And um she definitely, I think, grew into more of herself, which that's the other worry that I'm having of what could happen with her. I was like, all right, she's gonna turn into someone completely different now. Um, but no, it was she was really, I think, cool and in her element as this whole time, this whole season, but the most of the season that I was thinking that she was embodying Tigress. So, but that said, I don't know what her embodiment now of Tigress, what that's supposed to look like.
Okay.
But I'm down with it. I like the uniform better.
Okay.
I think she looks cooler.
Okay.
So, if it's a fashion question, that's my answer.
Got it. Okay. And we see that Vandal Savage shows up on Apocalypse.
Yes.
Did you notice who else was on Apocalypse? So, so when Vandal Savage arrived on Apocalypse,
Hmm.
there was one person who was wearing a blue suit who I wondered if you would see that was on Apocalypse. It was very brief,
Okay.
but I need you
I'm
to go back.
stressing.
I need you to go back, and I want you to see who was on Apocalypse whenever Vandal Savage arrived on Apocalypse, because there was somebody who we have seen a lot of.
I can do this right now.
You go ahead and do it. I'm gonna keep talking. There
Okay.
was somebody that we saw who was on Apocalypse, just kind of lingering,
Okay.
just as Vandal Savage goes up to Darkseid and says, "Business as usual."
Okay. I think my problem is I just was like, oh my gosh, apocalypse.
Yes, yeah. Whenever the words came up, you were like, "Oh,
I know this word.
yeah," and you know what that means. Because I have mentioned, of course, we know I love my nigga Vandal Savage. I
Yes.
love my nigga Black Manta, but my number one DC villain is and has for a long time been Darkseid.
It's quite the time.
I love Darkseid. He's simply too much. And
Quite
so,
the
yes, exactly. And yeah, he's my favorite, and he's a problem every time he shows up. So, yeah. And we see that those two shake hands, and it's like, what kind of agreement
what do they got going on?
could Darkseid be making with Vandal Savage? That's a union that warrants a third season.
Oh, I was pumped. I was like, the next season's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We'll see what happens. And one of the things that, of course, happened in the last season, we got a bunch of new people, so we're probably gonna get a bunch more new people.
Oh no.
So you're gonna have to learn some more names.
I don't know that I've thoroughly learned the names I needed to this season.
That's probably true. Um, but we got through it. One question that I did
Mhm.
want to ask you, it seemed like McGann and Connor were starting to
Oh,
rekindle.
I don't know if I like that.
Okay.
I don't know. And maybe that's just personal bias of, hey, if something's time's passed, that time has passed. Um, but uh I I think McGann's gone through a lot in the last couple of months that she just needs to find McGann. And I don't know if it's just the right time for them.
Okay. Okay. So you do not support that
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
potential.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh, oh,
whoa.
oh, oh.
Like saying I don't support's a big say. It's just more of a we don't need to do this right now.
Right now.
They don't feel like they're in the right place to do it right now.
Okay.
I just don't like the energy. I don't
Okay.
like the energy there.
And that's fine. They've both been through a lot. They've both done a lot. It's been heavy, and we don't. I mean, we kind of get a resolution for McGann and her, situation. Has she come out of the trauma that has happened with the, mind fucking thing? Perhaps.
To put it lightly.
Yeah. And with that being the case, the fact that she understands the error of her ways, the fact that she understands that she doesn't need to be doing that, probably would lead Connor to believe, like, oh, well, since that was the issue, and since it's looking like that's not gonna be a problem anymore, then
All of your logic is there. I just think more time needs to be between things
so
happening.
I mean, yeah. So you're saying not today, but
I don't like
perhaps,
it today.
yeah,
Like perhaps I don't like it today. I'm like
okay.
it feels too soon. But also, yeah, the world ended almost and stuff and sure get together. No, I just
The life is short. That's what we learned. He's known
also
her his entire life.
oh my gosh, that's a whole different issue that have chosen to ignore.
Ugh.
Um, I have gone back and I apologize, listeners, that I just skipped over Gordon just being there on Dark Side.
What is G. Gordon doing on Apocalypse?
That's so random to me.
I'm sure it is, because as far as you're concerned, G. Gordon is just a failed newsman.
Correct.
And I'm here to tell you that G. Gordon has always been an agent of Darkseid.
Maybe. So here's my issue too. I've been thinking about this, and especially with after watching this episode, I need to rewatch my little Smallville season that's got Darkseid and Apocalypse, all of that happening, because I'm pretty sure um that's where he is in the series, is popping up around that time. Um when all of that is happening. And maybe that's where I'm missing some connections.
Okay, okay. But
But
yeah, G.
interesting.
Gordon is one of uh Darkseid's servants, or one of Darkseid's entourage, like, which is one of the people under Darkseid, who very specifically poses as a news guy on Earth to sow whatever narrative is needed. That's what G. Gordon's there for. So G. Gordon always talking shit about the Justice League, even if they're doing good things. Very intentional. G. Gordon being really, really cool with the Reach and then suddenly having a turn, all part of the plan. So, yeah, G. Gordon is always an agent of Darkseid. And so I wanted you to notice that G. Gordon was on Apocalypse
I am,
because,
yeah. Now it doesn't, it felt so random just now in that moment, but I went back to and like, yeah, he's definitely, I just didn't retain that information because that's such a, I also just think he's so meh
yeah,
of a person that I'm like,
that's
what,
on,
what could he do?
that feels on purpose.
Which clearly,
Yeah. So, before I ask about the entire season, is there
hmm,
anything that you A, either hope to see in season three, or have feelings about not knowing, or feel unfinished, or like, is there anything you're like, why didn't that get tied up? Why don't we know? Like, or again, anything you're looking forward to in season three specifically to get answers on
I don't know if it's morbid curiosity of the whole Tula situation.
of how she died or what
Yeah,
happened to her? Okay.
but there's some morbid curiosity there. Curious that what is about to go down with Tigress. Like, I think I might be building it up big in my head, but I think it's going to be a weird whole thing for her. I'm making the assumption now, based off of how this season ended, that there's not going to be as significant of a time jump into the next season, as there was between one and two.
We're gonna
Uh,
see. Because
we'll
that
see.
might be the thing they do. They might just be like, all right, another 5 years. Who
And now
knows?
they're up and aged, yeah. Which they could. But I'm just curious on her path from here on and what that's going to look like. And also Nightwing's path and what that's going to look like.
Yep.
Um,
How long is the sabbatical?
yeah, I don't want to not have Jesse McCartney. So hopefully it's not too long.
Nope.
Or I assume it's some big knowing their knowing Darkseid and stuff like that. Like Nightwing's gotta come back to help.
Probably. Because how are y'all even gonna do this without
Yeah.
him?
But I did have those are my thoughts, I guess. I think the only thing that felt a little unfinished to me was like we kept bringing up Tula's death and then
Never.
I was just like I just want to know now.
Yeah.
And it's
The
morbid curiosity only.
so The thing that I feel like was unfinished, that I wanted a hard resolution for,
Mm,
Cheshire and Roy.
yeah.
Because we found the original Roy Harper. Are y'all a happy family? Are you like what are we doing? Do y'all what's
They
what
just didn't
is
show for forever after that.
yeah, like what is cloned Roy Harper doing? Does he still have feelings about the fact that he's a clone, or is he being a good dad? I need to know
Right.
where that what's going on there. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
So now another question before I ask you. Well, okay, I'm gonna ask you both of these questions, and you can
Okay.
choose in which order to answer them.
Mm.
One, how did you feel about this season? Two, how do you feel about the fact that this season took place 5 years after season one? So, how do you feel about the season itself? And then, what are your thoughts on the fact that it was a 5 year jump?
I enjoyed this season. I at first when so many of the core members of the Justice League weren't going to just be around. Like I knew they weren't. I know they're not the what the show is about, but it was nice having them pop in here and there. And knowing that this season they weren't going to really be because they were under trial and everything. I was like that was an interesting take, but it made me more excited about our crew and everything like that. I liked seeing them grow into themselves and become a bit more confident in that regard, but then also still have the new members that I'm just like, oh, look at you.
Oh, the
You're still
babies.
growing and it's so sweet and it's so good and you're trying. So it gave me that what I enjoyed from the first season of like all these kids are working to try to get it all together. It still gave me that, but it still gave me the same characters, obviously, that I really enjoyed. Um, I don't know about the time jump because, well, I say that they ended up handling it in such a way that I there wasn't too much that I was like, okay, what happened? The only things that I'm like, I really, as I've already said, what happened with the whole Tula thing? Like, how did they plan that out to make it so that, um, like Cal was able to really get undercover and all of that jazz. Because that seemed like an interesting origin situation that I didn't get to see. Want to know what happened between Nightwing and Satana.
Yep,
So bad.
that'd be
That
great.
I ship hard
Mm-hmm.
and want back.
Yep.
And it wasn't enough just for them to have their little, we have history. I'm like, okay, show me.
I want it. I need that history.
Um, so, but I think asking me that now versus asking me about it when we talked about the first two episodes, I don't feel as like, okay, well, what happened? Like, tell me what happened. And I think in part, it was kind of nice that they didn't do a flashback episode
Okay.
because I think they ended up, it held its own where it was.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, those are my
Uh,
thoughts.
I love this season. I think that seasons one and two are a masterpiece.
Mm,
Um, and I can't speak on seasons three and four because,
we're not
we're
there.
not there yet. But seasons one and two are both masterpieces. However, I think that this should have been season three.
Okay.
And I think that season two should have been an in between of
Hmm.
these two seasons. I think that season two should have given us all of that stuff, like how Tula died, how Calder found out about his family. And I think that the season should have end like if we'd gotten that season, it should have ended with Calder joining the dark side, but them not telling us about the fact that it was deep cover.
Yeah, because that's what my immediate thought is. If they had shown us all of that beforehand, it doesn't have the same dramatic effect when he's revealed. But
Yeah.
if you do it that way, it still has the same dramatic effect when it's revealed he's still
Yeah, because
good.
that's what I wanted. I
Mm.
wanted season I would have wanted, the season to happen and all that, and it would have been a lot less. It would have been smaller scale. Like it wouldn't have been the world being in danger.
No, it would have been a little
It would have
thing.
been tighter. And so yeah, I think that this should have been the third season,
Hmm.
and the second season should have been the in between. So actually seeing Nightwing become the leader, like his shift into the leader of the actual team, um, I wanted to see the what actually happened between McGann and Connor, like
Right. What did she do?
like what led to her trying to get into his mind, and like what actually happened there. I Yeah, I wanted to see more of her just cooking people like she did to Simon.
Yeah.
Like you said, Zatanna and Robin at the time.
I want to, yeah, I need to know.
I wanted to
I want
see
that
that.
tea.
I wanted to see uh Superman building a relationship with Connor.
Hmm.
There are a lot of things. What happened to Tula? As much as I don't like her, still wanted to, yeah, like that.
See her die.
Yeah, that and again, Calder's whole situation. I wanted to see that. Um, I wanted to see Wally and Artemis start the retirement conversation. I wanted to see Wally start to, get his head out of the game and start to be like, I don't think I want this life anymore. And
Hmm.
that whole dynamic, like, I wanted a season of that,
Yeah.
a season of the squad. Like again, this season would have remained very tight, and then also seeing the light do prep work for the Reach coming and more Krillataean activity, because the Krillataeans were very brief. Like,
But they were very in the world.
yeah, they were very in the world. I wanted to see them snatching people and body switching. Like there's a lot of stuff that
Could have
again
been
opened in this season, but I wanted to see it actually happen.
play out.
And so I think this should have been season 3, and we should have gotten a season 2 that had all of this in it.
Hmm.
If, it was up to me.
Right.
And so that you are aware, as far as release, there is a jump in real time between seasons 2 and 3. So the show, like, just had the first 2 seasons, and then, as far as we know, it was done. And that was in 2013.
Okay.
2019 is when season 3 happens.
That's a massive jump.
There's a 6-year gap in real life between them.
Is Jesse McCartney still there?
We will find out.
Ugh.
That is something that we will learn in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Because, keep in mind, we didn't see Calder for a few episodes. So you don't know who you're going to see or when you're going to see him.
Ugh. I
All I will tell you is that Wally is probably not going to be there
stop.
because
Stop.
he's
Listen,
disappeared.
ceased. Whatever. He's there in my heart.
Uh-huh. So, yeah. I we're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
But we have a 26 episode season to get through.
26.
This is and
God dang.
and 2019 is when, like, I don't think they were doing that anymore, but they were like, nah,
Let's give that a go again.
this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing.
We
And
we waited 6 years. Give them six more episodes
yeah,
than last season.
we had a lot of time to figure this out.
Hmm.
And yeah, but that's another thing that I wonder is, like, if they, since this one was 20 but the other seasons are 26, like, is there anything that I would have wanted from an additional 6 episodes? And honestly, I don't think so.
Hmm.
I think that this season was really well paced. I think that they got everything in there that they needed to get in there.
Hmm.
It was really well done. It's one of my favorite seasons of television. Like, it's so good.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I do wish and like you said, I'm glad we didn't get a flashback episode. I'm glad that
Mhm.
they didn't do that because that's not how I would have. I want that in a season.
It would have just wanted made left you wanting even more than you already were wanting.
Yeah, like I would have wanted it properly handled.
Hmm.
So yeah, I I think it was handled as well as it could have been, but I would have wanted a season two to go over all of the stuff that we learned happened in season two, and then this be season three.
Hmm.
Because 5 years is a long time.
Yes.
And again, even if this wasn't about saving the world, I still wanted to see all of the things.
Not everything needs to be a whole world saving endeavor, too. Like you can still have a season-long plot, but
That's kept very in house.
yeah,
So, so season two has you ready for season three. Then
yes.
I love it,
I
and I'm sure the people will be happy to hear from you on the third season.
hope so.
So, anything else on any of Young Justice so far?
I don't think I have any comment. I feel like I've said so much today.
We
Um,
we have said a lot of things.
I did get amusement. I don't know if it was intentional or not from this last episode of like they're celebrating their independence, and I'm like, ah, yes, as America does, independence from aliens on Independence Day.
Ah,
Uh,
yes,
a common thing that happens in our country. I was
that is
like,
a thing we do.
I had to go back when I watched it and be like, they didn't have the fight on Independence Day though, and it was like, no, it was just close to
It
Independence
was in
Day.
June, yeah.
Yeah, but I was just like, wait, did this whole thing just happen on Independence Day? Like, did they just totally decide to have another Independence Day film situation?
Of
Um,
course.
that made me laugh. But no, I had a good time with this. I'm really excited for some of these characters that got introduced. Obviously, I'm a fan of Impulse, so I'm hoping to see more good things from him. Um, and yeah, just get Darkseid is a cool character that I'm ready to see more of,
Love Darkseid.
theoretically.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
But okay. Excellent. Excellent. In the next episode, we will be discussing season three, episodes one and two. So until then, salutations.